Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this tutorial I will show you how to make these mathematical effects using mathematical functions, and this would be great to help you understand some functionalities for all those math nodes in geometry nodes. Let's get started. Shift-A to add the default cube to the scene like this. Then go over here to the geometry nodes editor, hit the new button, select these two, hit the period key, then go over here. I'm gonna be deleting the group input, hit X to delete it, Shift A, I'm gonna be adding curve line node as shown here in our tutorial. Curve line, search for that, then let's grab it, let's connect it to the group output as shown here. You can see this curve line in the scene. So Shift A, let's resample that curve. I'm gonna be using the resample curve tool as shown here in order to add some details to our curve as shown here. Then Shift A, I'm gonna be adding curve to mesh node, search for curve to mesh in order to convert curve to mesh node, and working on that easily. They go over here, so let's just connect it like this. Select these two nodes, grab them. Shift A, let's add curve circle in order to give it some thickness. Curve circle like this. Just let's grab it, connect it to profile curve, and as you can see, I have created this shape. Then go over here. I'm gonna be adding another node, which is set position node, and connect it to curve to mesh. Set position node as shown here. Then grab it. So let's connect it before curve to mesh. I think over here. That's not bad. So let's hit G to grab those nodes as shown in our tutorial. Then I'm gonna be adding two other nodes. We have to add the combine XYZ. So let's grab it like this. Then we need another node, separate XYZ node. Grab it. Shift A, I'm gonna be adding position node like this. Let's connect it to the vector and separate XYZ. Let's connect the X to Y of the socket of the combine XYZ like this. Then I'm going to be connecting the combine XYZ to the offset of the set position node like this. Then let's grab these two nodes over here. Just I'm going to be working on some values in the math node. Shift A, I'm going to be adding the math node. So let's just connect it. As you can see here, I'm gonna be adjusting the radius of this cylinder just like this, or 0.05 as shown here. Zoom in just tiny bit. I'm just gonna be working on the z-axis. So Shift A, let's add another node, math node like this, and connect it to add node. As you can see here, this object is gonna be moving on the y-axis as shown here. Just I'm gonna be changing it to the axis to z-axis like this, as shown here in our tutorial, as you can see here. And as you can see that we have the math node, the add node just is gonna be moving or translating that object on y-axis as shown here. You can also change it to x-axis. Shift A, I'm gonna be adding another node, math node. But this time I'm gonna be changing the value to, I'm gonna be changing the the odd to multiply in order to amplify it. Set the value to 1 like this. Then I'm gonna be playing around with the value on this odd node as shown here. You can also play around with the value on multiply. It's gonna be changing just the angle of that object in that direction as shown here. Let's change it to subtract and see the effect. It's gonna be making the same effect just in the inverse direction of the odd node. Let's move on. We have also the divide node. It's gonna be changing also the angle as shown here. This time I'm gonna be using or selecting the power node as shown here. It's gonna be like tracing the curve of the power function mathematically, and you can see this effect is pretty amazing. You can change the exponent and you see the effect clearly over there. And same thing for the logarithm. As shown here, you can see that the curve, you can draw the curve of the logarithm function. As shown in our tutorial. Let's try it for the other functions like square root function. And let's see, we have the effect like this. Then I'm gonna be playing around with the value on this node over here. We have also the inverse square root. You can see that effect. You can play around with that value and see the effect. Also for the absolute value, like drawing the curves of mathematical functions. Well, we have also the exponent. This is the effect. Same thing for the minimum, and you can play around with that value. The minimum and the maximum. The sine function. And that's pretty amazing. You can do the same thing for the other functions like ping pong. And this node just for amplifying, I'm gonna be working just on that value over there. We have the floor, we have many different functions like, let's try for example trigonometric functions. We have the sine function over there. Let me show you something interesting. For example, we want to make frequency effects, as you can see in physics. Then go over here. I'm gonna be duplicating this node. Text to delete that node. Shift D, I'm gonna be duplicating that node as shown here. Before the sine node. And you can play around with that value and you can see this amazing effect for the frequency. You can change also the length and you can make this amazing effect for the frequency. And that's it. Try this effect yourself using geometry nodes. Thanks for watching.